It's a good morning for shop updates. Sorry about my sniffly voice. I mostly sound stopped up, but now I'm really stopped up, so we'll get back to this guy in a minute. Penny's having a confrontation with the goats. She thinks she's like a big thing because she can scare them off when she darts at them. You're very tough, Penny. Yeah, you're super tough. Hey, Penny. Alright, we'll just let her chase farm animals. Oh, she's gonna chase the horses. Let's see how this goes. They don't really care. Penny. Courtney, get your dog. Let me get her back over here. Okay, we're back. One of them sneezed at her and it scared the bejesus out of her. So, update on the shop. Got the concrete poured and the piers in, and all the red irons here ready to go. So this is a 30 by 50, 14-foot walls. We're gonna do a 12 by 12 door here, and then over there we're gonna do a 10 by 10, 10 by 12, 10 by something. Giant attack schnauzer. We've done a few different versions of this, drawing it out, but this is what we decided. So in the back corner is going to be a workspace. Across the back, a lift over here somewhere, and then we could store the race trailer here and even the truck if I'm lazy and bring it in and don't want to unhook it. We can just jam it all in here. We've done 6 big piers at one at each corner, and then one at the midway point for piers. And yeah, this week we're gonna get started. We've cut some of the plates already, got things ready. Davis is supposed to bring out some more steel for us because of course we're short, but I think we've got about everything we need. Work van posted up hard, and the horse is hating life. This is going to change. So from the driveway, we're just going to square this up with this entrance and do some gravel, probably a little bigger than SB2, like 1/2 and down, and then we're going to clean these edges up and put some rye on for the winter to keep it in place until the Bermuda can jump on it. Now on to the mess that is the garage. Let's see, 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had a pretty good outing in GT3 with the white car. It's got problems. It ate 2 lithium batteries over the weekend, but it doesn't show to be overcharging, but it is killing very expensive batteries, so I'm over that. Hopefully we can get it stripped down here pretty soon, because it's going to get a Motec M150, PDM 30, Motec dash, new harness, or new engine harness, new chassis harness. Try to clean up some of the electrical issues before we ever try to make any more power. And then also we'll try to mess around with the suspension geometry this winter a little bit. It does a great job at staying cool, but it won't rev past 6 grand due to a speed sensor signal issue, so we've got to deal with that. But otherwise it's done pretty good. There's just crap piled in here. It's hard to work on the car with everything going on right now. which is why we're building the shop. I'm just gonna move the truck out. Now, on to the other E36 in the picture. This is my 97 E36 M3. And it is for sale once I clean it up. I bought it 2 years ago. I've done one track day in it. And most of the time it has just sat around. So if you know anybody looking for a nice S52 car, 134,000 miles, that's a track day car that still has air conditioning and power windows, and you can drive on the street, hit me up. It did have a wrap on it, but it has deteriorated rapidly. Oh my God. And I'm gonna peel that off and we're gonna do some reconditioning. It's got the typical, I'm almost 30 years old clear coat starting to peel. But yeah, it has been sitting in storage for a minute. 17 by 8.5 Kosai K1s on a set of old Pirelli slicks. I wouldn't recommend driving on those slicks, they're pretty beat. But it's good for moving it around, take it out on a dry day, just to get some miles on the motor, but it's dirty and I've really got to clean it. Let's have a look inside. So, expired G-force harnesses. Penny likes it. Recaros on VAC Motorsport rails. Is that a Beamer World short shifter? Beamer World, UUC, I can't remember. S52 Schrick cams. 3-inch single exhaust. Half cage by Soul Speed. It's a weld-in cage. It's dirty in there. How does it get leaves in it when it's indoors? Get it. Scratch. Had a wing on it. An LTW style wing. Before I bought it, and then it was off by the time I bought it. 3-inch exhaust with an oval magnet flow. It's pretty simple. It's not super loud. And it still has air conditioning. And power windows. The radio doesn't work. Probably because it's not hooked up. I've never really dug into it. Some of this action here. Glove box is falling off. Picked that up from SCP Euro. Yeah. So I'm going to clean it up, foam it, do all the fun stuff today. Clean those wheels up. I've got a set of Arc 8 17 by 9 plus 30s that can go with it. If somebody'd rather have those or like to add those on. It's got Fortunato 510s on it. They basically have about 100 miles on them, which is, you know, some of that is, let's see, they've never been in the rain. So yeah, about 100 miles on it. On the Fortunato 510s, half of those were on a track day. And that wrap's got to go. It's also missing this little trim piece behind the side marker, below the side marker. You sort that out. But hopefully before I can get it done, as the shop's going up, and then get it painted, not the car. Once the red iron goes up for the shop, I'm going to paint it all white, so it's all white on the interior, so it'll be nice and bright when I'm working on things, because I don't want to work in a dungeon. And that's it for the small shop update. Oh. We did a thing here. We did the seems legit catch can. I don't know why I'm saying we. I worked on it. I rolled around on the ground. My friends don't come over and hang out with me because they're working on their own old 90s cars. Actually, everybody has a newer car than me. I'm the only dirtbag 90s guy. We did get a little bit of leakage out of the crush washer there. It's pretty tight, but there's no sealant on it. I just ran it in there, so I'm gonna back that out, put some Honda Bond on it. I can't wait till all of this is gone. And it's just a nice motorsport harness in here. Get rid of the relay box, tie the cage in through the to the strut towers. Get rid of this, I don't even know what kind it is, top of the oil cooler and do a S54 style oil filter housing. Yep, told you I was Sniffles. I only had variable amounts of tape to cover up the air holes, so I just used what I had laying around. Make fun of me, it's fine. We're gonna change the Mishimoto oil cooler out for a PWR and move some things around in there. It does a great job of staying cool, like I said earlier, but we just wanna move some things around. We're going to, I scanned the hood. It looks horrible, but it's just a stopgap until I can get some carbon pieces made. I'm gonna do big duck club doors and then some carbon trunk, carbon hood. Penny's all the way out at the pasture now, doing some exploring of the fence posts. Making sure that is standard OSHA safety grade fence that won't harm a horse. Here, these are the batteries I've killed. I've killed an ATX 20, killed it in 15 minutes, and then I killed ATX 20 HD as well. So yeah, that was an expensive weekend, just batteries. I'm gonna change a couple things in here, change this layout, get this body harness cleaned up. Some of it is just wrapped in that puffy Amazon wrap tape. I'm gonna go all DR25 on everything, get it cleaned up. I'd like to change the back of the cage. I'm not super happy with it, so I can cut out the rear section of the car. The deck lid, not the deck lid. What is that called? Package tray? Is that what it's called in America? I don't know. We're gonna change some things on the flares because the flares the car had on it when I bought it went way down and made a gap. These Hard Motorsports flares don't cover that gap, and it looks kind of janky. Also, you can tell that the front wheels really get into the Hard Motorsport flares here. What I'm running is, that's a TA5R from Bimmer World, 18x11 plus 44 with a 25mm spacer, so effective offset of 19 in the front. Same thing in the back. But we're gonna change up some flares, go to a slightly smaller wheel for the Michelin 2765 18 slicks, probably down to a 10.5-inch wheel, just so I can gain. So the problem is the clearance between the wheel and the coilover. If I can gain a little bit of that, I can move it in a little. It's not gonna eat up the flares as much. Plus I noticed when I got to peek over Robert Thorne's E36 grip car a couple of weeks ago that he's running a different style flare that I really like that would be much better on this car. So that's the plan for it. And I'm ready to get things moved out of the garage and into the shop so I can spread all this out. Appreciate you all letting me run my mouth for no reason. I'm going to go get my dog before she gets eaten by some kind of wildlife. See you guys around.